Apparently.
Care is cheaper than treatment. Yes.
Preventative care is cheaper than treatment.
Very much so.
It wouldn't be if the pharmaceutical companies weren't ostracizing us, though.
I mean, it still would be. Look at Canada. Like, they have socialized healthcare, and it's
and
slow, and it's ineffective, and it's still expensive. It's not like it's a super cheap program. It's cheaper than ours,
but
definitely.
Their pharmaceutical is a third of what we're paying in America.
Yeah, it's something like that, or like 40% or something, a third. Yeah, it's substantially
34%.
cheaper. But even still, if you talk to people who deal with those socialized programs, things are like gridlocked a lot of times. You break a bone, sometimes you may have to wait 2 months, go get it rebroken and reset.
I'm okay with that.
Forward.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, like I said, there's trade-offs to everything.
Thanks for the cheer.
To potentially get faster care. That's one of those things. But did you hear that Obamacare was ruled unconstitutional?
Undead Unicorn. I know, I heard.
Okay.
Undead Unicorn. You said it yesterday.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Fuck the Constitution.
I mean,
speaking of history, there's something that needs to be rewritten. Undead Unicorn said pharmaceutical care, haha, I have health care for free. Well, free, quote unquote, when I'm old enough, I still have to pay taxes for it.
it ain't free.
I don't remember. How old are you, Undead Unicorn? I know you've told us before, but I forget.
7.
Probably early 20s, I'd imagine, if he's in school. In uni.
He could be really advanced 7-year-old.
16.
Oh, wow.
He's a very brilliant 16-year-old.
17. Wow.
Yeah, people say that America has the highest educational system in the globe. No.
We're way behind. I think we were, what, 23rd or 24th or something?
Somehow we have, like, some of the best scientists and
well, yeah.
doctors. Oh, it's because we pay the most.
Small percent. Well, and also, yeah, places like, Silicon Valley and stuff will import people from different places and pay them.
According to worldtop20.org,
It's interesting.
the current ranking for 2018, number 1 was South Korea. Number 2 is Finland. Number 3 is Norway. Number 4 is Russia. Number 5 is Hong Kong. Number 6, Japan. Number 7, Estonia. Number 8, Latvia. Number 9, Israel. Number 10, Sweden. Number 11, Lithuania. Number 12, Denmark. Number 13, Ireland. Number 14, Taiwan Province. Number 15, Kazakhstan. Number 16, Slovenia. 17, Georgia. 18, Singapore. 19, Cyprus. 20, China. 21, United Kingdom. 22, Croatia. 23, Poland. 24, Italy. 25, Saudi Arabia. 26, United States.
26.
27, Mexico.
We're just beating Mexico.
We are just a hair over Mexico.
Yikes. I mean, it's not like they have a civil war and, complete chaos in the streets or anything, but...
Jenny said, Josh, have you heard about how Rand Paul is going to Canada for surgery?
No, I have not. Tell me more.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, Rand Paul going to Canada?
Rand Paul is to travel to Canada for hernia surgery. He says the free market pushed him to Canada for surgery.
Free market. Interesting. How does that work if he's a U.S. citizen anyways, going to Canada for healthcare stuff?
If you pay for it out of pocket, you can probably pay for it out of pocket, but paying for it out of pocket is probably way cheaper than paying for it.
I'm sure. But, I mean, it would be cheaper to also go to Mexico or something. So it's like...
Going to bus 6, 7.
I don't know.
Care to...
Maybe that makes a difference.
Well, I mean, there's nothing in it. That doesn't matter. But anyway. Just wondering if you had something going to it.
No.
But yeah, I had to deal with Canada healthcare when I was there.
Well, this article says Kentucky Senator Rand Paul said he made the ultimate capitalist decision by choosing to go to Canada instead of the United States for hernia surgery. News of the Kentucky Republican surgery went viral this week after the Courier-Journal reported about the planned outpatient operation at a privately administered hospital in Ontario. The surgery is related to an injury Paul suffered in 2017 when his neighbor attacked him while Paul was mowing his lawn, leaving him with 6 broken ribs and a bruised lung.
Damn.
Critics have called out Paul for supposed hypocrisy because the ophthalmologist turned politician has rallied against universal health care and socialized medicine, and Canada's healthcare system is based on both. Paul has made it one of his primary talking points when trying to garner support for his association healthcare plans. But Paul said he made the best free market decision available. I looked for a place that did primary that type of surgery, a place that actually accepts Americans who pay cash, Paul said in an interview with Wave 3 News in Washington, D.C. It's a private hospital. The funny thing is people had an agenda and wanted to attack me. Said, oh, you're going to choose socialized medicine? I'm actually choosing capitalistic medicine because they only take cash from foreigners. Paul is getting surgery at Shouldice Hernia Hospital in Thornhill, Ontario. In Canada, medical care is publicly funded and universally provided through the country's provincial Ministry of Health, and everyone receives the same base level of care.
Yep. So that's essentially the whole thing about that socialized healthcare.
I agree,
people
Jenny.
start providing, privatized healthcare, and anybody who has any money ends up switching to that because the socialized programs are so FUBAR.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not fast enough. Like I said, it's essentially a gridlock system because everybody's on it. And so when everybody's on it, you can go get checked for any little ailment you feel like. People just, block up the system. There's a lot of people, and I forget what the sickness is called, but they believe they're sick constantly. And those type of people will use up something like 90% of the resources they've looked at in like Canadian hospitals. And so it's a huge issue. As much as you want to try to facilitate that kind of stuff, and I'm all for trying to help as many people as possible, I think that there are strategies that you can implement that are slightly better than socialized healthcare. And I could be wrong, but just from the data that I've seen so far, it just doesn't seem like it's plausible or that it's good, functional, especially in a place like America that's so widespread and different.
And people with money are going to go to better
Well, yeah, it's
places
just going to
anyway.
open up private institutions like they do in Canada, and then, like I said, anybody who has any kind of money is just going to go to those programs or start switching jobs to find the right health care,
Right.
I had health care, like when I first got gout, I was in Canada. It was the very first time I had a gout flare, and didn't know what the hell it was at first. And,
There's some New York colleges that are offering college for free as well. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
And
Just wanted to chat.
yeah, I was like illegal as hell there. Like no insurance, no nothing. They still took care of me.
Dude, what?
And they're like, so you're American? Yep. You have health insurance? Nope. Are you here legally? Nope. All right. Well, here's some medicine. Blah blah. It's just this. Blah blah.
I mean, we
Cool.
pretty much do the same thing in America. Oh, you're from Mexico? You got any papers? Oh, well, I'm not going to let you die. Come on in. Fuck.
So, Dad said part of our system is that we're being charged for people going into hospitals who neglected preventative care.
Exactly.
Duane said, wow, Unicorn, I'm impressed, bro. Uber intelligence already in life. Dad said Germany offers college now for virtually free, according to the economist Richard Wolff, I heard this morning.
Unfortunately, like healthcare is it costs way too much for like special. Like I can't afford healthcare. Like even if I was making like to buy it myself, it's ridiculous.
Right.
No,
I get it.
And on top of that, thinking about how much it costs every month, like, is it financially? I mean, yes, it's kind of financially smart to avoid dying in major things, but it's really a gamble. It's like, do you think you're gonna get cancer? Yeah, you think you're gonna get like some major thing that you're in the next 20 years?
So you're saying it's just like car insurance?
Yeah, it's
You're paying
not
into something
worse.
that...
You're not getting shit out of?
Well, if you're taking preventative measures, then that's why
And you're
people
especially
wanted to opt out of the Obamacare. They didn't want to be forced to pay for health care if they're
get
taking good care of themselves.
Yeah, so if they're eating right, they're exercising, they have decent genetics, and their likelihood of getting some major thing, like why should they be paying $600 a month for health care or something like that?
Yeah.
Like that's what my dad was paying. He was paying like $600 or $700 a month for health care when my mom, like for him and my mom, and it was just insane. I mean, I get it, she was like sick and had to have, so they're like, oh, she's sick, we're gonna charge you a fortune.
Yeah.
Here's like,
They have you by the balls at that point.
yeah,
if you need them.
yeah, you're screwed, or you're just gonna die right away. You're basically like paying an exorbitant amount of money to get a few more years of life, essentially. They'll hold you hostage.
So, Jenny said, why?
Thanks for the cheer.
Got them.
Why should, while Shouldice Hernia Hospital is privately owned, it receives a majority of its funding from the Ontario government and accepts the Ontario's hospital insurance plan. Paul is just full of shit. He's getting paid by the insurance industry, so he says shit to get them paid. which is probably very possible.
I mean, he said he's paying out of pocket. Just because that place deals with socialized medicine, that's for the people who live there and are on the social health care plan.
Right.
He's going to go and pay out of pocket. He's going to go pay his hard-earned American dollars. I mean, that is capitalism. That is the free market at work. I don't know why that angers Jenny. I mean,
there's athletes that go like to other places that allow
Mexico and stuff
for stem
cells injections.
All kinds of stuff like that.
I thought about doing it since my back injury. You know, it's just I don't understand. There's different programs and there's different styles of medicine.
We're gonna get to an article today. Hopefully, we'll have time. That you're gonna really enjoy. I think.
I got 10 minutes.
Huh?
I got 10 minutes before I gotta take off.
Oh well, we'll save it for tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sweet.
Matt said, I want Michael Jackson's old doctor.
Me too. We'll give you all the drugs.
Jenny said,
Anything
Josh,
you want.
are you effectively saying unhealthy individuals are more expensive than healthy people?
Huh, I know. Strange concept, right?
Undead Unicorn says Michael Jackson's last word was milk because he referred to his painkillers as milk, and he was asking his doctor to get him more painkillers.
Nigga, milk.
So milk was his code word for painkillers?
I mean, wasn't it cheese pizza for kids in Pizzagate, right?
I
want them hot dogs and cheese pizza, baby.
I have no idea. Jenny said that doctor got him addicted.
Yeah.
Dad said as long as the insurance companies are on the open market, their stockholders are more important than the clients paying the premiums.
Yes.
Jenny said, oh shit, I got a diamond, bitches. Oh, I made her a VIP.
Oh, very nice.
Yep. I gave Undead Unicorn and Jenny some VIP status, so when this channel blows up, we'll be able to tell when it's them chatting. It's a lot easier.
Hopefully they're
see their
sharing our videos on their socials. That would be nice. Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a nice day.
Go to the YouTube and make sure that you subscribe there too. Just the fact that they're here chatting with us almost every time we're live now, I'm okay with that. Appreciate the support.
Yeah, much love, guys.
Dad said as long as, let's see, we already got that part. Where am I at? Shout out to Willie Everstop for making a hail. Dad said the government program will curtail that division of funds from the things needed to stockholders, which is part of HR 1, I believe.
It is.
That's why I need to get yesterday's episode chopped up and send you the link for the HR 1 part of it, Dad, because I think you can Google search HR 1, but it's pretty fascinating and very necessary. Duane said, I'll come through in about a half hour. I'm at the doctor at the moment. Tell the doctor to fuck off, Duane. Dad said, I don't think all of his, Rand Paul, American money is that hard earned. I don't either.
Cactus.
I think they're taking a lot of money from super PACs. They're getting a lot of gifts handed to them.
For sure.
Jenny said, because Canada is a country with socialized medicine and that system produced a hospital which is superior to American ones. However, he constantly is disparaging the system he is using. Yeah. Do we expect any politician to not be hypocritical?
No, thanks for the cheer. But I don't understand how their hospitals are better. I mean, I still would like to hear that argument be made because from everything I've heard stated, they're inferior in every way. They're slower. It takes longer to get the health care that you need. It's less personalized. It's just long, wait times and dealing with stressful situations.
We've heard that too, but I don't.
They pretty much move it up by like need basis. So even if you are in line, if somebody comes in and now they have a broken something, your ass is to the back of the line.
So when I lived up there, my girlfriend at the time, her name's Kim. She
name is irrelevant.
I don't
Name
just Kim.
Name has been withheld.
It could be Kardashian. You don't know.
Kimberly.
Some names have been changed to protect the innocent.
They haven't been. She used to get kidney stones super bad. Sometimes you have to wait like a week and a half to go in for the surgery thing. And just because.
I thought they couldn't do surgery. I thought they had to pass them.
Well, the ultrasonic surgery.
Oh, they can like break them up or something.
So if they're big enough, they won't pass.
Yeah.
They were gonna do that to me like last year, I think it was, when I had the last kidney. But then they just disappeared. Like I stopped. Like I think I passed. Like it was like.
You probably passed them.
But I didn't know I passed them. That was the thing, and I didn't feel it or anything. It was like 6 millimeters.
Do you know what was causing them?
It was kidney stones.
Do you know what was causing the kidney stones? Is what I'm saying. Bad diet choices, or.
Yeah, I mean, I've had them twice in my life. So I mean, yeah, who knows? It could have been like calcium or too much milk.
Yeah.
So I was probably drinking a lot of milk at that point.
Can be a lot of things. There's so many chemicals we put in our body from everyday foods now that you never know what's going to react with what, create a chemical reaction inside our body. That's why my penis is like 18 inches long. Undead Unicorn said, oh, nice. Do I have a diamond too? I do have a diamond. This is Wizard. So Wizard must be like on fleek. Do people still use that word?
I don't know.
Lit.
I never liked that
Lit
word.
is one. I hate lit. Man, that's so lit. Like, shut
I like lit better than fleek.
Yeah, I suppose.
Thanks
for the cheer.
It looked disgusted.
That's it. I'm still here. Tom Hartman must be boring right now. Undead Unicorn said, unpopular opinion, goat's milk over cow's milk. Same with goat's cheese.
I prefer human's milk. I'm just kidding.
Breast milk?
Breast milk.
No, not breast milk.
Man milk?
Finger milk.
Okay, we're done here.
Cactus milk.
Cactus milk.
Cactus milk.
I was waiting for that.
I'll allow it.
If we're talking free healthcare right now, let me tell you the NHS is a mess, and it's not entirely a fundamental flaw, but it is very difficult to get free healthcare right.
Yes.
This is a 16-year-old, man.
I know, man. He blew my mind.
Jenny said, oh, I am old, 27. Well, we all got you beat, Jenny, from the block.
I'm 230.
Dad said there's a few who aren't hypocritical, but at this time more on the other side, in part because of Citizens United. I can't disagree with that, but every single politician's taking a little bit of money from somebody. They probably shouldn't. I know it's a bold statement, but I'd be surprised to hear different.
Everybody's got their hand
Except
in the cookie
Bernie.
jar. Even Bernie.
I was being sarcastic.
Even Bernie. What happened with his wife? Didn't his wife do some corrupt shit?
I don't think she did. I think there was...
She was just dumb and negligent.
No, I think what happened is somebody tried to overplay that she did some dumb shit. Just like the Pence's wife story from the elementary school yesterday. Just some got completely exploded because they were trying to find a reason to make Bernie look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
But it failed. That's why that story didn't last. Undead Unicorn said, I remember I read the story of an old woman in Cardiff who died because it took 6 hours for an ambulance to unload her into the hospital. So the ambulance just sat there with her waiting for a gurney?
I mean, I've heard some
nuts.
crazy-ass stories.
Dad said big pharma is big corporations at work. Yes, it is. Undead Unicorn said just because of the sheer number of bureaucracy and people that goes on with public health care, that was in part due to the government's mishandling of the NHS. Dad said certain things shouldn't be privatized. I absolutely agree.
Like prisons?
Prisons. Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Speaking of things that are privatized and are government funded, you know, like the broad scope of this government shutdown that we're dealing with now that we're into day 28? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Or
That's
18
the
something?
record, right now?
Yeah.
No, that's
second.
short.
Or it's the second largest.
Yeah,
second longest.
16 days or something during like the Obama shutdown or something.
But
But we're at 28 days now?
Yeah,
WIC,
So we're the longest now?
Yeah.
WIC programs are shut down. Food stamp programs are allotting a little bit from reserve funds, but it's not nearly enough to get anybody through the next month. And they're not sure that once it catches up that they'll be able to add any more, and people are just going to have to wait till the next month to catch up.
Jesus.
There's going to be a lot of hungry kids in this country over the next few weeks.
Yeah, is that not a national state of emergency?
It should be.
Like, I feel like that should trump the wall situation indefinitely.
Absolutely.
Hungry American
Fuck your
kids.
wall and feed America.
Yeah, I mean, you know, not that I co-sign him, but I'll defend good decisions and bad decisions.
Right.
I just try to look at it as objectively as possible.
And there was
this is bullshit. He's hurting American citizens, and it's over something that is not, in my opinion, a true national emergency.
He's throwing a fit. Like, we have gotten this far without a wall.
Yeah.
Okay? Whether or not you believe a wall is that important is kind of insignificant on the broader scale that so many people are suffering right now.
Yes.
Section 8 programs. Where's the money coming from so those Section 8 people can pay their rent right now?
Yeah.
That was actually somebody had posted a really good post.
Chaz?
Chaz, you saw that?
Yeah, I read it.
I was like, I'm wondering, like,
And I'll pull that up in a second.
Can landlords kick people out because the state didn't?
The problem is they
How
can,
does that work?
Probably. Honestly.
Here's the deal. The problem is they can, even though it's against the law. So if you are a tenant under one of these landlords who is breaking the law, you can take your landlord to court after they evict you. Who has that kind of resources after they get evicted to be able to take their landlord to court
But isn't
if they're
that
on
check
Section 8.
come directly from the government and go directly to the landlord, or
I
does it
believe
go?
so.
Yeah.
So if the person pays their whatever their portion, in Chaz's analogy, it was $100, right?
Right.
So if they pay that $100, are they held? Or is the tenant held liable for the government not paying their portion? How does that work?
How does that work? That's a good question, but at the same time, a landlord can also evict somebody without any reason to evict somebody. They can just say, "I don't want you living in my establishment anymore."
Yeah.
Well,
If they give you a
depends on what
reason
state,
that's
too.
illegal, then they're breaking the law. But if they say, I just want my place vacant, I want to move my daughter in,
they still have to give you like 30 days. don't
Right.
they? Yeah.
right?
And then some states.
But
Like,
how many people that are on Section 8 can afford to be kicked out?
well,
No,
in 30
nobody can
days.
come up with a first and
interesting
last for a
Nobody.
new
in
place. and-
California, like squatters have rights, for example. Like this is a different thing.
They
but
do in Oregon and Washington too. Within
It's not as much as California. It's California. It can take a minimum of 90 days to
Yeah.
kick a squatter out.
yeah,
So and you can't do anything as a landlord. Like so, if you're trying to rent someplace, somebody hops in there and you're like, oh nope, I live here now.
I think it depends on the county.
Yeah.
But most counties are a 60-day waiting period just to see a judge if you want to evict somebody
Yeah.
in California.
Crazy.
So catching up, Dad said, "Okay, that did it. I'm leaving." Just kidding. Over the
Where's the
the
catch
Bernie
up?
Sanders thing. When I said when Bernie Sanders is taking privatized money.
Oh.
Dad said Warren, Bernie Sanders, David McDevitt, who is a local. And you know what? Like I said, I would be surprised to see if there was any significant amounts, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few $1,000s from Wells Fargo here and there, a few $1,000s from, a paper mill that is actually owned by Koch brothers, but it's a charitable contribution that they can write off or whatever.
Yeah.
Jenny said, "I believe some public good should privatize as long as I am a shareholder in the private equity fund doing the privatization or having a position in that specific fund." Haha, that was funny. As long as I am a shareholder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think she was making a joke.
I see.
I'm going to assume you're making a joke, Jenny. Another thing that's being affected by this government shutdown is domestic violence abuse shelters.
There's a lot of shit being
They're
affected.
funded, federally funded. So what's going to happen when they're the employees that are not getting paid to facilitate these domestic abuse shelters? They're like, I can't afford to be here anymore. I have to go find a day job.
Then women got to go back to the abusive husbands and
Or to the streets.
Yeah, this whole thing is not good.
2 more weeks of this can create a homelessness epidemic in this country.
Yeah, and like I said, that's a national state of emergency.
And if it's the last shutdown, I believe it was during the spring and summer, so we probably didn't realize it as much. People were like, I'm just going to go camping for a couple weeks.
One thing
Even
is-
though there's nobody to clean up the fucking toilets and, the garbage cans.
2 weeks isn't huge, and that's not shutting down most social programs and
Right.
getting
When you're in the
people
heart
kicked
of
out house.
winter, it's a different story.
Good morning, YouTube, or afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Good news, we're doing a weekly giveaway on our YouTube channel for Amazon gift cards. All you gotta do to enter is like the video, give us a subscribe, and comment below. The more comments you give us on the weekly videos for that week, we go Monday through Sunday, the more chances you have being entered, basically. So I'm gonna go through whatever the most creative content is as far as your comments go, and I'll pick a winner, and I'll send you a gift card. It's pretty simple. Free money. Who likes free money? I know I do. Subscribe. Have a good day.